everyone, we've got big news this week, including some exciting news about those stimulus checks that are being sent out, as well as some new assistance programs, and even an important update about a mistake I made in last week's video. I'm Nicole from Low Income Relief, and let's dive right into this week's resource recap. So first up, I want to talk to you about those stimulus checks because I know that's what everyone is asking about. You've probably noticed a lot of outlets are talking about a new round of $1,400 stimulus checks. I've seen all sorts of crazy headlines this week, and not all of them are very trustworthy or very accurate. So I want to be very clear about what's happening with this. It is true that the IRS is going to issue around $2.4 billion in stimulus checks in the next few weeks. But the bad news is that not everybody is going to get one. That's because this is not a new round of stimulus checks. This money is from the previous recovery rebate credit that was issued back in 2021. The IRS reviewed some internal data, and they discovered that a lot of people had overlooked this credit when they filed their taxes. In some cases, people just skipped the credit altogether, and in other cases, they filled out a zero or they didn't claim the full amount that they could have. Either way, the IRS has decided to just issue that credit to the people who should have received it but didn't. Now, if this applies to you, you should get the payment automatically as long as you already filed your 2021 tax return and you're eligible for the credit and you haven't already received it. If you meet all of those requirements, you'll just get a direct deposit or a paper check in the mail when the IRS processes that payment. They've said that they're going to start issuing those payments right away, but it may take until late January before they're all received. They're going to send that money to the bank account that was listed on your 2023 taxes first, but if you've closed that account, the money will be returned to the IRS and they will instead issue it as a paper check to the address they have on record for you. But what if you haven't filed your 2021 taxes yet? You may still be eligible for this money. You just need to file your 2021 tax return before the deadline on April 15th of 2025 to get that money. The IRS website actually says, quote, eligible taxpayers who did not file must file a tax return to claim a recovery rebate credit, even if their income from a job, business, or other source was minimal or non-existent, end quote. This means that you may still be able to claim that credit even if you didn't have an income in 2021. You just need to file the return in order to find out if you qualify. So you can use the IRS free file system on irs.gov to process that return if you would like to try to get that money. And the amount that you could get is substantial. The maximum recovery rebate credit was $1,400 per person, which can make a huge difference, especially if you're low income or have multiple people in your household. You really don't want to miss out on that if you're eligible for it. Now, that being said, I know that many of you have already received that credit. So let's move on to other news that may be able to help you. Before we transition into the other low-income assistance programs I found this week, though, I need to let you know about a big mistake that I made in last week's video. I told you that the continuing resolution that Congress passed would extend the SNAP benefit replacement program. It turns out that was false. A previous version of the CR included the SNAP benefit replacement, but that was scrapped in a later version of the bill before it passed. I didn't catch that, and that means that I passed on incorrect information to you, and I am very sorry about that. I do my best to keep everything accurate on this channel, and I am committed to doing better in the future, and I am truly, truly sorry. The fact of the matter is that the authorization for replacement benefits expired on December 20th and was not extended. According to the Georgia Budget and Policy Institute, quote, while the CR allows the government to continue to run, this version of the legislation does not include an extension on SNAP replacement benefits for victims of SNAP theft, end quote. This means that if your benefits were stolen on or before December 20th, you may still be able to get them replaced, but you need to file your claim very quickly. If your benefits were stolen on or after December 21st, they cannot be replaced. I'm hoping that Congress will pass a separate bill extending this provision, but there's no guarantee that that will happen. It's more important than ever that you learn how to proactively safeguard your benefits. So please make sure that you check out our other videos for more information about what you can do to protect those benefits. And again, I am truly and sincerely sorry for that misrepresentation in last week's video. Things change very quickly, especially when bills like this are voted on at the last possible minute. And I do my best to make sure that mistakes don't happen. And I know that that's no excuse, but I'm committed to making sure that that doesn't happen again on this channel. That being said, we still have a lot of other important news to cover today. We found several other low-income assistance programs and updates for you, so I'd like to move on to that for now. In New York, Governor Hochul has announced another $51 million in grants to help support homeownership. These grants can be used to help with home repairs, accessibility modifications, safety upgrades, down payment assistance, and even to fully replace manufactured homes. The grants were provided to different organizations, such as the New York State Home Program, Access to Home Program, Restore, and so on. You'll need to contact those organizations who received the grant money from the state to see if you're eligible for help. You can get the list in the recent press release on longisland.com. In Iowa, the Iowa Finance Authority has awarded more than $12 million to organizations across the state who help address housing needs. The cities and counties who receive this money can use it in many different ways. They can use it to address homelessness, help first-time homebuyers, provide rental assistance, all sorts of things. You can find a list of organizations that received that money at iowafinance.com. I misread my notes. I apologize. The city of Dubuque has decided to use $250,000 to help low and moderate income homeowners improve their homes. They're offering 0% interest loans to homeowners who have an income that is 80% or less of the area median income. The monthly payments on those loans are capped at $60 a month, but very low income earners will not have to pay anything at all until their home is sold. If you're interested in this program, you'll need to contact the Dubuque Urban Development and Housing Rehabilitation Project for details. In Michigan, the state has created a septic replacement loan program to help low-income homeowners. If your income is less than 2 times the federal poverty level, you'll pay just 1% interest for a loan of up to $30,000 to help get your septic system installed or replaced. If you'd like to do this, you need to find a contractor and contact your local health department to verify that the septic is either failing or near failing. You'll need a permit and a bid from an authorized contractor to apply for the loan on the Michigan Saves website. If you live in Yancey County, North Carolina, and you were affected by Hurricane Helene, you may be eligible for rental assistance from Yancey County DSS. This program can provide a one-time payment of $856 to your landlord if you are eligible. In order to be eligible, you must have a household income that is 200% or less of the federal poverty level. You must have been residing in Yancey County at the time of the hurricane. You must currently reside in a disaster-declared county, and you must have experienced a housing-related crisis like displacement or destruction, or an inability to pay rent due to the hurricane. You can apply with the Yancey County DSS office. In Pennsylvania, a state law that dictates how and when utility companies can shut off services is expiring on December 31st. This law has protected customers' gas, electricity, and water services for about 10 years, but it was not extended because lawmakers couldn't agree on an extension. That being said, the Pennsylvania Utility Law Project has advised people not to panic just yet because the state still has a winter moratorium that protects low-income customers from disconnection during the winter months. If you meet the income requirements for the winter moratorium, your services should be protected through March. In Corvallis, Oregon, the city recently celebrated the 5th anniversary of their low-income assistance program. This program provides a monthly credit of $53.55 on your city services bill. This service is based on income, but you should qualify if you're already enrolled in SNAP, Oregon Health Plan, or certain services from the Corvallis School District. You have to reapply every year to keep getting the discount. You can apply online at corvallisoregon.gov/bill-assistance. Now that's all I was able to find for you this week because I was away from my desk for the holidays, but I truly hope that you all had a wonderful week, and I'll be back soon with another update. Don't forget to check out our other videos for more ways to save money.